Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Planet Crafter 1.0. We have progressed pretty well. I did a little bit of work between episodes, so I moved things around. I've got a couple of extra planters over here. I've moved storage over here, so it's a little bit more organized. Got some extra space open for extra heaters when we want to put them in. And generally we're looking pretty good. I did realize a mistake that I made in the last episode. I had the containers one click too far forward and they were clipping into this platform. I didn't want that, so I have moved those. Anyway, so this is the beginnings of our new base in case you haven't seen the previous episodes. And there's a lot to do today because we have got water incoming and I'd like to get lakes done. So let's get stuck in. Just having a look at the tech tree before we move on. We've progressed pretty well with oxygen. These are kind of the at the end. So we have unlocked the nuclear reactor tier 2. We're going to need a lot of uranium for that. The one thing I had the entire last episode was the biodome, and I didn't build it. So let's see what we need for that, because we do need to start pumping up the progress on our bio stuff. So 3 super alloys, aluminium, 2 cobalt, 2 titanium, and a loma. All right, I have everything. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just pop it down over here if I can. There we go. Straightforward. Might be in the way, but I can make space for other stuff. So the reason for this is because you can come in here and you can see your bio stats. Now we have unlocked the bio lab as well. So that is incoming in this episode. And that will allow us to craft other items, more bio related stuff. And then we can start unlocking more goodies. This produces 135 per second oxygen, uses 37 energy. Wow. Anyway. Yeah, as you can see, the T2 nuclear reactor, that's pretty expensive. We need to get explosive powder. For explosive powder, we need to get the bio lab up. And that's going to use, I think, the last of my super alloys. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to go and fetch more. Okay, and for this, I think I'm going to go upstairs. Now this is going to move at some point, but there's our biolab, and it clicked on quite nicely, and we have no power, and it's a problem because I don't have any more. All right, let me build the power first. I'll go and find the super alloy to continue. Okay, I have everything that I need to put one of these up. Okay, so that should sort out our power. However, we now have a shortage of super alloy, and it was mentioned to me that I had forgotten something. You can actually come into the crafting station and make super alloy. So just for this, I don't normally do it. I prefer to try and find the super alloy, but it's not a bad idea. So it's all the basic stuff, including aluminium, and I'll grab a couple of those, 3 of each, I think. 3 cobalt, 3 magnesium, and I think that should be enough to make me 3. Yep. There's 3 super alloys. So now I can hop up onto the roof and we can do that again. Right. There it is. And it links in nicely. Cobalt and iron for a ladder. So grab some iron and some cobalt. And I'll pop a ladder in over here. What did we unlock? Flower spreader. Oh my. Okay. Good. Right, so indoor ladder, let me point it that way and hope it isn't in the way of too much upstairs. Oh, it's directly in the way of everything. Alright, so I have to move it to the back corner. Right, okay, so if we put it in there we come up. It's perfect. Alright, and if we come into here, we can see, okay, this is where we can do bacteria, bioplastic, fertilizer 2, explosive powder, and mutagen. Now with explosive powder and fertilizer, it looks like sulfur is becoming very important. So perhaps an extra miner. But let's have a look at this flower spreader. That also uses super alloy, and it uses fertilizer. Now fertilizer needs algae, and I haven't put any algae things in yet, so there's quite a lot to do to get things working. How's our food doing? Yeah, it's growing. Okay, I've got a food container. I'm running out of space food. That's not good. Water's fine. Okay, so we'll stash water that we got out of the atmospheric water collector. We're waiting for the water level to come up over here, and then we can start putting some more stuff. But I'm thinking while this is low, let's have a look at what we need for the algae generator, because we do need them. So we need bioplastic, we need eggplant, we need another superalloy, magnesium, and water. Right, so I'm going to make another superalloy. Oh, I need cobalt. Right, I have cobalt, so that's the superalloy made. Now I just need to pick up the bioplastic that I picked up from a chest earlier, and that should be enough to get us started. And I am going to just drop this one right over here. Okay, so I can fly out to it. It will... Well, it might be a bit shallow still. But that's fine. As the water level goes up, this will rise. But the good thing about this is it produces a lot of oxygen. And it also produces a bit of plants. So that's pretty good. And you can see them starting to grow. There's little things popping up in the water. And those will eventually become algae that we can collect. Now, I do have a second bioplastic nugget. And I don't think there's anything major that I need it for. So, you know, we do need to push up oxygen because oxygen is lagging. Biomass, we don't have that much, so it wouldn't be bad to add to it. Although it's not terribly important right now. So maybe I'll just collect everything and make another algae generator. We'll eventually upgrade those to tier 2. All right, I think I have everything. Just make the super alloy, and that's it. Got everything on me. So we'll go and put another one down. There you go. So now we have 2, and they will produce oxygen for us and a bit of plant matter. But the most important is they will produce algae, which we can then collect, and we can use it to craft stuff. While we are waiting, I'm going to pop in a little bit more, expand the future base. I'm going to do that sort of every once in a while just to keep things rolling, because I already kind of have the idea for the layout. And this is going to be an additional 2 single living compartments right there. Excellent. And also what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to get all the stuff I need for another miner. Let's go and check how much power we've got. We've got 31 and a miner uses 34. So I'm going to need more power. All right. So here's a plan. This will free up some super alloy as well. If I break down 3 of these, I lose around about 240, 250 power. But if I build this one, that'll give me 3 uranium rods, 3 super alloys. If I build one of these, I save 2 super alloys. I've got the 3 uranium rods from breaking those down. All I needed is the explosive powder, which means I need 2 sulfur and 1 iridium. And if I pop upstairs, oh, it's very dark now. I can make the explosive powder. So that sorts that out. All right, I'm going to get everything together and wait until it's light again. As you can see, the pressure is lagging behind the heat. I want to try and keep those together. So I'm going to break down a couple more of these tier 2s. And I've got the stuff together to, I think, it'd be terribly sad if I didn't have it ready, but we can put in another 2 tier 3s. So that should catch us up a little bit. So let's go and put this plan in motion. I need to break down 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3. My power has died, but that's okay because I can put one of those up. Power restored. Now I've got 3 more here, which I could remove to make way for another big one, which would give us a lot of power. Yeah, right now we're back on top, and those 3 are producing 260 kilowatts, and the big one produces 331. So I've got a whole bunch of super alloy now. I just need 2 waters and an explosive powder. See if I've got enough. No, I've only got 1 sulfur, so I'm gonna have to go and get some sulfur. Oh, we're having a storm and it's a different color. No, I think this is just the regular stuff. Is it? Oh, that one's coming straight at me. Wow. Oh, this is a bit of a bummer. Hello? Alright, that probably means I should have a second door. Yeah. Anyway, those should despawn pretty soon. So I need to go and get some more sulfur. And while we're stuck inside, let's just go and have a look at the biolab. Now, you're not going to need this all the time, because this really only just shows your bio breakdown. And that you can see on the progress screen anyway. So, well, not the progress screen, the blueprint screen. But while we're here, we'll look at this. Tier 2 algae generator, we need 25 kilograms of biomass. So we're going to have to do some work on that. And the tier 2 is far better than the tier 1. Damn, this is still here, is it? Yeah, I'd make a door down that side. But I don't have any iron. Right. It's despawned enough that I can get out. Just going to grab this titanium. We're going to shoot over to the sulfur area. Now, for a quick fix, I'm going to just also hop through the osmium cave and grab whatever I can from there, all the sulfur. I'm thinking I should move that extractor down to that level, but this is quite a nice area, so I'll stick there. Alright, so let's get the extractor up. We'll turn it like that so that we can build a row of them. And, yep, that's doing sulfur. Alright, I'll pop into the osmium cave and go and grab the sulfur. Good. More sulfur. And there's a bit more osmium here. Great. Okay, I think I've cleared this cave out. This still hasn't started melting. It's going to be a while still. Well, I think there's some sulfur up at the top there, but I have managed to collect quite a bit. So happy with that. And yeah, there was quite a lot of osmium left here. And as I run out of oxygen, I'm just going to check this box. Nope, none yet. It has occurred to me that I haven't died yet. And I'm normally okay if I'm not recording, but if I am recording, I lose focus because I'm talking, thinking about other things. But it is quite a bonus that we're 4 episodes in. This is the 5th episode. I haven't died yet. Okay, I'm back at base. I'm just going to drop things off. And I'll keep a couple with me. Hop over here, grab some iridium, go upstairs, make myself explosive powder. Excellent. All I need to do now is break down the last 3 and switch over to the tier 2 nuclear. Power's off. Don't care. Big power incoming. And that is where we are. We have lots of power. Now, we also have lots of super alloy left, which is great. I'll put some of the water away. I have been collecting a little bit of eggplant and some squash, but power, yeah, we're looking strong now. 134 available, but I am going to need to launch rockets, and for that I'm going to need iridium rods, and I don't have any. I have enough to make 1. I suppose I could, but I'd rather go and collect some iridium. I don't think there's very much left lying around, so let's see what we've got in our box. Oh, there's a bit. I don't need so much magnesium. Okay, but as you'll see, this could actually end up choking your system because it's bringing in lots of other stuff, and once it's full, it stops bringing in iridium. Okay, I'm just going to drop this iridium off because I saw a couple of pieces lying around and that might be able to get me enough for a second rod. Also kind of need to put away the super alloy, which I think I'll just stash over here. Yeah, there's a bit lying around over here, so I'll grab all of this. Okay, well, there was actually quite a lot. So yeah, and I picked up 2 more out of the ore extractor. So yeah, now we are set. Alright, first things first, rods. Oh. Okay, we got 2. We need to put away some stuff. Okay, so we are running a little short of uranium, so one of the rockets that we send up will have to be uranium. Okay, so let's make ourselves 2 rockets. And have a look at our inventory. So we've got 2 rockets and 4 super alloys, which means we need to get 3 silicon and 3 cobalt, and that will allow us to launch 1 heat and 1 pressure rocket. And it's night time. So it's going to be a night launch. First up, we're going to collect some uranium from this fire rocket. It's very dark, sorry. And we will launch this one, and off they go. Now that'll trigger 2 storms, so, oh hello. You gonna make it? Yes, you're alright. It looks like the first ones that land are pretty accurate. Jeez, I must watch it because I think the devs changed something. These are a lot more accurate than they used to be. Never had base hits like this before. Anyway, I'm gonna add on another spot. Let's do this. We've got the big living compartments, so I need titanium for that. Yeah, they are quite expensive, but they are less expensive than... Oh, this is the second storm. Okay. Best I not stand around for too long. Yeah, so I'm going to rotate until I get it to click in. That's fine. That's how it connects. And now we've got big space. And this is the beginnings of our storage area. Yes. Alright, I'm going to have to run around and collect all this iridium and uranium. There's going to be quite a lot of it. And we've got this nice green glow inside our base. Uranium is close. Like, that close. But what it's done for us is it's pushed our heat and pressure up a heck of a lot, which is in turn increasing our terraformation. And we also had 4.4 kilograms of biomass. I haven't even put in a flower spreader yet, but I'm going to. But at 25, the algae generator tier 2 comes in, so can't wait for that. Anyway, we need to collect algae, and I'm probably going to need another storage. But first, let me collect all of this stuff and I'll be back. Okay, I think I've picked up pretty much everything. There might be a couple of bits and pieces around that I missed. And I have converted some of them into rods. I'm going to do that again now. If I can. No, not quite enough. But we do have quite a nice stockpile. And I've converted them into rods because it saves space and also because we're going to need them. But if I ever needed to convert them back to just the normal ore, well, we do have a recycler that we can build. Not too concerned about that now, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Anyway, I saw that we have some algae produced, so maybe it's time to get a bit of the algae. Yeah, it doesn't produce very much. And maybe I could speed it up by putting more in. Oh, we're having another storm. A lot of storms, but then yeah, some of them are made by me. So we'll shoot upstairs with all this noise going on. We need a sulfur and an egg and 2 eggplants. Luckily, the eggplants have grown. And I have sulfur, so I will produce a fertilizer tier 1. Then I'm looking at this flower spreader needs a magnesium and a super alloy and a couple of waters. Oh, the storm really needs to end. Alright, I think it's over. Grab a couple more. And we need a seed. So I don't have any golden seeds left, but I do have this as a 400% multiplier. So I'll grab that, and we are going to put it somewhere over this way. Oh, there's my grass spreader. Seed spreader, pop in a flower seed, and that will give us more oxygen. Actually, what does it give us? It gives us 644 oxygen. That's including the plant or the oxygen multiplier from the seed. And it also gives us 9.2 grams per second of plant. And I'm hungry. So if we come back to our stats screen, yes, oxygen is catching up now. But now, the way I've been playing with a small base with things quite close together is not designed to go for massive terraformation indexes. My previous playthroughs, I did end up getting big ones because I threw up a lot of rockets, but you don't need to get, because, okay, spoiler, there is an end game. And the end game is to get yourself off the planet, obviously. And there is an extraction platform. You need to just get to 5 TTI. That is the end game goal. So remember that. And along the way, you're going to build everything else up. You're going to unlock all the unlocks. And everything will be good. But I haven't done any... I haven't raided any ships for a while. And I haven't unlocked any of the blueprint microchips. So... on my way through the labyrinth, I'm going to pick up enough stuff for a makeshift base. Okay, so now I'm going in here through the front. you'll be able to find stuff. There's aluminium on the ground as well in this area, but you've got to kind of keep going north. You can get turned around pretty easily, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to pop through here, and we're going to carry on heading north, and it takes us into this area. So there's a wreck. I am going to head up to the top over here, and I'm just going to put my little oxygen outpost over here. Oh, look, super alloy. And then we'll stick a door on it, so I can just top up my oxygen. Right, now before we go into the wreck, I'm going to grab that, but before we go into the wreck, if we come down this little alley and then turn this way, and there's this pillar over here, and then we come around the back of it. Ah, golden chest. And more good stuff. Once again, I'm going to leave the effigy, and T2 biodome is unlocked. We got some work to do, folks. Before we go on, let's just go and have a look at what the T2 biodome does for us. I know that it generates tree bark, but look at the oxygen. It's incredible, and also plants is pretty big as well. But that's pretty amazing, and they're pretty cool to have around the base. Obviously, you need tree bark for a few recipes, so yeah, not a bad idea to have a couple of those. All right, oxygen topped up. Let's go through here. This isn't very big, so I don't think we need a storage. Although we're going to get some iron from it, so that's cool. All right, chest. Fabric. We do need food. I am running a little short on that. And now we see beans. Aha! Take those. Yeah, we don't really need cobalt. I'll take the iron. Actually, I'm going to end up filling myself up. Okay, what else? We got more beans. More eggplant. And over here we have a blueprint microchip. And I think if I just take this down, my storage is going to be full, but I have collected enough iron that I can put a little chest down just to store the stuff. So let's put a locker down. I think I have enough. I'll put that in. Oh, another thing to remember. I haven't really been doing this, but if you look at the blueprint screen, you need a silicon and an iron. You can pretty much put it anywhere. So I could just come out here and go, all right, there's chips in this area, or I've picked up a few and I want to just decode them, get them out of my inventory. I can just build one, decode, and boom, my mapping screen is unlocked. And then I think there's another chip in there, so I'll leave it here, but then I can just break it down and recover the material. I do a lot of this at night, don't I? All right, well, there's another chest, and we get our first mushroom seeds. That's great. That's early. I don't remember seeing them that early before, but that's good. And it's so dark now, and more mushroom seeds. More of that. And I didn't empty out my storage. Okay, it's actually terribly dark now, so I think maybe I'll just wait until it's light before I carry on. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit better. We'll pop in here. Another blueprint microchip. And another chest with some good stuff in it. And then from here, we can actually go across and pick up the super alloys on these ledges as well. You don't need the jetpack to get up here. You can come in from this side. Anyway, I have a fair bit of super alloy. I know where there's more if I need. So I will come back if I have to. Probably going to make a couple of trips to pick up stuff here because almost everything that I've picked up is important. But we have a chip, so let's decode. And there's the shredder. Now that's really important. Awesome. Okay, well I don't need this anymore, so I'll just take it down. Super alloys, crazy important. Just sort that. We've got a nice amount of super alloy. I want to take mushroom and bean with me because I want to do two of each of those. The beans give the highest food value of all the vegetables, unless you prepare it in some other way, which we'll get to. And for now, yeah, I'll just take that rod back. But there's a lot of good stuff in this container still, so yeah, I'll come back for that. And then we can just head out. And just so that you don't get turned around, once again, you're heading south. Oh, a chest. I wonder what's in here. Oh, a blueprint chip. But we'll grab that. Carry on heading south until eventually you will find an exit. And there's another chest over here. Oh my word. Oh, good stuff in this one too. Okay, no, I'll know to come back for that. That's at the back of the ship. So as you can see, if you explore, you will be okay, you know. There's another wreck in the desert. That's a big one. There's another one if you've been paying attention. Up over there, you can see that kind of arch. Well, we will get to those. But I'm not in a big rush to do it because I want to build up. Lots of exploring to do. I mean, we haven't even looked at the southern part of the map. Unlock chip. What have we got? T2 torch. That's going to be nice. Yes. Now, I need to put in a couple more food growers. So, aluminium, iron, water. I'm going to drop some stuff off first. Right, I have enough, I think, for 4. So, we'll pop one over here. Grab another one over here. Now, these 2 I'm going to put beans into. And then I need 2 more for the mushrooms. And they do use a lot of power. So I'm really hoping that I don't run out of power too soon. Let's go see what our power situation looks like. Oh, we're down to 45. So we're going to need more power soon. But in the meantime, we're picking things up. And we haven't quite made it to full lakes yet. I don't think it's a big problem. No, we're halfway there. So it's going a little slower because I've not obviously been pushing a heck of a lot on the terraforming. But we are at 13.6 kilograms of biomass, which means that we are past halfway to getting our tier 2 algae generator, which is much better than the tier 1 by a long way. But with all this in place, I think our food is now secure. So we don't have to worry about our food supply too much anymore, as long as you harvest. But with this many, if you only harvest when you are hungry, then you'll always have enough, I think. Right, so I've cut down on some space. We have a lot of uranium. Actually, before I make a mistake and use that on something else. Let's see what else we need. Explosive powder. That's 1 explosive powder. Super alloy and 3 bottles of water. Might need to build something more for water. There we go. Now we know. Now we have a lot more power. So we can continue. Yep, there we go. 377 available. All good. We have another storm. Is this just a dust storm? Yes, it is. Alright, I have one more drill that I'd like to replace. I think I need a couple of iron for that. So we'll grab those. Actually, probably didn't need it, but I've got it anyway. And that is the last of the tier 2s replaced with tier 3s. Cool. So those will stick around for a while. That should also close the gap between heat and pressure a little bit. It does. Okay, so with our food growing nicely, we have water. I could probably do with some more. A little bit more organized for the storage. I've got the basics in these 2. I've got aluminium in here, along with osmium and sulfur. I've got all the planty stuff in here. I've got the iridium and uranium in this one, and super alloy and other stuff in this one. So it's a little bit more organized, easier to find things, don't have things lying around all over the place. We did build the biodome tier 1, and we've also built the biolab. So it's been a good episode. Made a lot of progress, and we've even expanded our future base, which is precariously hanging in midair. The materials on this planet are so strong they can cantilever out like that, so don't stress. And we're also collecting algae. So that is where we're going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Let me know your comments. If you have any questions, let me know. I am trying to keep this as entertaining and informative as possible. But if there's anything that you'd like to know, drop me a comment. I thank you very, very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!